Good morning, teachers. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning. I want to take a couple of minutes to go over our agenda, starting with number one, which is readings for this week. And I'd like for you to read chapter 7 and 8 in Horn and Staker. And go ahead and create a Google document. And as you're reading, just sort of reflect on the readings as it relates to your practice and really as a teacher or a student. One of the things in chapter 8 that it talks about, excuse me, is not the non-consumption problem, which is something that my daughter has recently faced. And when I was a classroom teacher for 15 years, I know that I had students face. So you may want to discuss that from a student perspective. But nonetheless, again, chapter 7 and 8, the Horn and Staker, create a Google document. I've provided some prompts here for you, some questions for you to consider as you're reading. Now, if you did this reading due to my mistake in chapter 9, if you've already completed this reading, then you can complete the reading that you did not do for that week. Again, my issue, my error, and that would be reading chapters 7 and 8 in Collins and Halverson. And then I provide a prompt there for you, an assignment there for you also. This assignment, like all of the other assignments this week, will be due Wednesday, March 31st at 11:55. That's next Wednesday, obviously. Second item on our somewhat, light week as we head into the end of the semester and our anchor is coming due. The second item is our blog post for this week. Make sure that you try to have your 2 posts completed by Sunday so that your colleagues will have something to respond to, at the beginning of the week. And then the third item is our tech tool. This week we're looking at green screens. And this assignment or this tech tool emerged out of this class actually last year. I had a student, of course, this time last year, almost exactly a year, about a year and a week ago, we went remote. And the students at that time were obviously teachers in their classrooms. And one of them wrote about setting up a green screen in her house so that she could project images of her classroom and images of the school and even images of her students to help reduce their stress and trauma as a result of the pandemic and making that transition. And I thought that was a great idea. So this week I have shared a couple of videos on how to create a green screen for your classroom. So I'd like for you to look at that. Maybe some of you have already done it. And you can just respond to ideas maybe for utilizing this in your classroom. Again, as we move away from remote, we're moving away from green screen with Zoom and we're moving towards green screen, just setting it up in your classroom to use for assignments like having students create for their history lessons, maybe a news report about some historical event, and they present it like it's at the 6 o'clock news or something. Nonetheless, that's our tech tool for this week. And as always, I would like for you to respond using the threaded discussion. So 3 items: readings, Google Doc, reflections; 2, blog post; 3, your tech tool for this week. Hope everybody's doing well. Looking forward to reading your lit reviews, and have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week. Take care.